Deuteronomy 2 1-33, through the Bible. Chapter 2. Theme: Moses reviews Israel's wanderings. This discourse of Moses gives a continuation of his review of their journeys. After they turned back from Kadesh Barnea, the children of Israel went to Mount Seir. Then we turned and took our journey into the wilderness, by the way of the Red Sea, as the Lord spake unto me, and we compassed Mount Seir many days. Deuteronomy 2:1. I have always thought that the Lord has a sense of humor, and I think we can see it here. And the Lord spake unto me, saying, Ye have compassed this mountain long enough, turn you northward. Deuteronomy 2:2-3. You see, they didn't know where to go. All they have been doing, is just going around and around Mount Seir. It was sort of a ring around the rosy, round and round they go. Finally, God says that he is getting tired of that. He probably said, let's quit this round and round business. I'm afraid many Christians are doing that very same thing. Because they fail to take God at his word, they are just marking time, and are on a merry-go-round of activity. God's care for Esau. And command thou the people, saying, Ye are to pass through the coast of your brethren the children of Esau, which dwell in Seir, and they shall be afraid of you. Take ye good heed unto yourselves therefore, meddle not with them, for I will not give you of their land, no, not so much as a footbreadth, because I have given Mount Seir unto Esau for a possession. Deuteronomy 2:4-5. Here is something else that is important for us to learn. Back in Genesis 36, we learn that Esau lived in Seir, and that Esau is Edom. Jacob had received the birthright, and God gave to him and his descendants the promised land. Esau went to Seir, and it is now clear that God has given that to the people of Esau, as their possession. This is in the country, where the rock-hewn city of Petra stands to this day. God clearly tells Israel, that they cannot touch the possession of Esau. There is a lesson here for the nations today. God has set the bounds of the nations, Acts 17:26. Most wars are fought because the boundaries of nations are not respected. Another lesson to learn is that God always keeps his promises. Even to people such as the people of Esau, God remains true to his promise. For the Lord thy God hath blessed thee, in all the works of thy hand, he knoweth thy walking through this great wilderness. These 40 years the Lord thy God hath been with thee, thou hast lacked nothing. Deuteronomy 2:7. Here is the overall view of their 40 years. God knew all their trials and troubles, because God had walked with them all those years. Moses could honestly say, thou hast lacked nothing. How wonderful! It is the same as when David looked back over his life and said, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Psalm 23:1. How could he say that? Because he had never wanted. God does not give us the promise of the luxuries of life, but God provides the necessities of life. He will do that for you, and for me, also. God's care for other nations. We have seen how God protected the boundaries of Esau. We find that he does the same for other nations. And the Lord said unto me, distress not the Moabites, neither contend with them in battle, for I will not give thee of their land for a possession, because I have given Ar, unto the children of Lot, for a possession. And when thou comest nigh over against the children of Ammon, distress them not, nor meddle with them, for I will not give thee of the land of the children of Ammon, any possession, because I have given it unto the children of Lot, for a possession. Deuteronomy 2:9-19. Israel will face giants in the land, but God encourages them, by showing them that for Esau to conquer his land, he had to destroy the giants called Horims, verse 22. For the children of Ammon to possess their land, they had to conquer the giants, which were called the Zamzummims, verse 20. We still have giants today. Every now and again, we produce people who are 7 and 8 feet tall. Conquest of Transjordan. Rise ye up, take your journey, and pass over the river Arnon. Behold, I have given into thine hand Sihon the Amorite, king of Heshbon, and his land. Begin to possess it, and contend with him in battle. Deuteronomy 2:24. Israel passed around Moab and Ammon and did not possess their land. These nations sold them food and water. Now Moses tells of the overtures he made to Sihon, the king of Heshbon. And I sent messengers out of the wilderness of Kedemoth, unto Sihon king of Heshbon, with words of peace, saying, let me pass through thy land, I will go along by the highway, I will neither turn unto the right hand nor to the left. Thou shalt sell me meat for money, that I may eat, and give me water for money, that I may drink, only I will pass through on my feet, as the children of Esau which dwell in Seir, and the Moabites which dwell in Ar, did unto me, until I shall pass over Jordan into the land, which the Lord our God giveth us. Deuteronomy 2:26-29. Instead of allowing Israel to pass through his land, King Sihon came out against them with his armed forces. But Sihon king of Heshbon would not let us pass by him, for the Lord thy God hardened his spirit, and made his heart obstinate, that he might deliver him into thy hand, as appeareth this day. And the Lord said unto me, Behold, I have begun to give Sihon and his land before thee, begin to possess, that thou mayest inherit his land. Then Sihon came out against us, he and all his people, to fight at Jahaz. Deuteronomy 2:30-32. God preserved his people from destruction. And the Lord our God delivered him before us, and we smote him, and his sons, and all his people. Deuteronomy 2:33. This land that God allowed Israel to conquer and possess, had formerly belonged to the Moabites. The Amorites under King Sihon's leadership, had driven out the Moabites from this section of land, and had taken over this territory. God permitted him to dispossess the Moabites, but when he led the attack against Israel, he was killed, and his forces scattered. His capital was taken, and the territory given to Israel. This episode is often referred to, as a reminder to Israel, of what God had done for them, and became a source of encouragement to them. God is showing them, that he is with them, and will keep his promises to them. As you know, the Lord does that for many of us today. He permits us to have a difficult experience, maybe a sad one, to prepare us for life, or to prepare us to be helpful to others.